Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading to find out a message for your week ahead. So we've got three piles here. This is going to be pile 1, the Wild Unknown Tarot. This is group 2, the Lunar Soul Tarot. And this is group 3, the Naked Heart Tarot. So I'll just give you a little minute to take a look at all three stacks and decide which one you want to go for. I'll put the timestamps down in the description box below, and let's jump into your reading. Okay, so let's just move these out of the way. We can get started with group 1. So, hi group 1, if you chose the Wild Unknown Tarot, this is going to be your message for the week ahead. So, just going to shuffle the cards a little more, and I'm going to get the message for group 1's week ahead, please. What does group 1 most need to know for their week ahead, please? Okay, so first card up is the Father of Swords, or the King of Swords. Looks kind of imposing there. Ooh, and the Four of Wands, very pretty. And one more card please for group number 1. What message do they most need? And what message should they have for the week ahead, please? One more card. Oh my god, like half the deck just fell on the floor. Give me a second. Whoa. Okay, I can't take all of those because there were too many. So just one card, please. Okay. One more card for group 1, please. For their message for the week ahead. I don't know why this third card doesn't want to come out, but one more card, please. Okay, interesting. You have the Death card. Don't be freaked out by this. It does look a little bit scary, but it's not a bad thing, don't worry. So let me just move these. I don't want to have them all. The lighting's a bit weird today. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you can see. Okay, so just give me a second to tune into these cards. Okay, so with the Father of Swords here is your first card, or the King of Swords. This is all about, it is about kind of stepping into a leadership role. You know, he's the king, so he is a leader, but it's also about kind of using your like logic and intellect to kind of help you decide what is the best way for you to move forward. You know, it's about like clear and truthful communication, with this sword here, which I love that, you know, kind of way the swords are like really colourful. But yeah, it's about having clarity and truthful communication, and really just being honest, like with yourself and with the people around you, and like I said, really using your intellect and your logic, and your wisdom to like guide you in any decisions that you need to make. So not being too sort of ruled by your emotions, not being too led by your emotions, but you know, sometimes people say that, you know, the King of Swords can be a bit cold, but you know, it's kind of like the air signs. It's not like they don't have feelings, but they just feel more comfortable kind of talking about things from like an intellectual point of view rather than a like emotional point of view. Like the water signs would be more coming from that perspective. So, you know, I don't really view this as like a cold card, but it's just more about allowing your intellect to lead, you know, and really kind of putting the emphasis on your wisdom and your knowledge and on truth. You know, that's massively important with the Father of Swords here. So that's going to be really important for you this week, is to like kind of keep a cool head and lead with your logic and with your knowledge, you know, because he is the king. So you know, sometimes people say the suit of swords gets a kind of bad rap. It's like some of the cards can seem quite negative, but really the king is, you know, he's the master of the suit. So it's not like he you know, he knows how to like wield this sword of truth. So to me, this is saying, you know, you have like the knowledge, you have the intelligence and the wisdom to really guide you through the situations that you're going to be encountering this week. So you just need to like trust in that and really lead with your knowledge and your wisdom. You know, that's why he's an owl. So that's your first card, and then here you have the Four of Wands. So you could be doing a lot of with the fours. I always think about building. Fours are really about like building a strong foundation. You know, this is, and like I love this kind of depiction. You see all this beautiful colours here. It's like really a lot of, because it's the Suit of Wands, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of fire, a lot of creativity that can come through, but again, because it's the four, it's also a lot about stability and about building firm foundations. So, you know, you could be really focused on building a strong foundation for something this week, but it, you know, is likely to be something that you feel quite passionate about, because it is the wands that we're talking about here, something that allows you to express yourself creatively, or, you know, just excites you and you know, makes you feel good, makes you feel happy, you know, kind of like sparks your passion and your creativity. So definitely, you know, it's going to be a lot of this kind of like building energy this week, like putting in some effort, some work to build a strong foundation. But the Four of Wands is also about celebration, you know, so you could have some opportunities this week to really kind of celebrate and just, you know, kind of enjoy, like take a moment to kind of enjoy how things are, and kind of like what's going, the things that are going well, the things that are sort of falling into place. And I just noticed here with like this blue, it's getting a bit kind of dark in here. I don't know why the lighting is so weird, but yeah, this is like a really blue colour in the middle here, which is making me think of like the throat chakra and communication, like which is associated with the colour blue. So it's almost like at the centre of this foundation, whatever it is this like clear communication is going to be so important for you this week, group one. Like you really need to be able to speak your truth clearly to you know, start building this like solid foundation for this passion or this creative project, whatever it is that you're building here with the Four of Wands. And that's leading you to the Death card. Like I said, this can look a little bit kind of intimidating because, you know, it's called death, and we have like kind of skeleton here, but this is really talking about you know, there will be some things coming to an end this week, and they might be quite big things as well, because the death is, you know, a major arcana, but you know, it's like things that have run their course, things that it's like it's time for whatever this is to end or to leave your life, because, you know, death is a natural part of the cycle of life. It is, you know, even though we might not like it very much, but you know, without death we can't have change, and we can't have new beginnings. So, you know, it is very necessary. So sometimes it can be a little bit painful, or you can feel like you're not ready to let go of whatever this is that is ending, but it is something that is very necessary with the Death card here. It's because it, you know, it's something that needs to end so that it can create the space for you to you know, allow in new opportunities and new growth, and you know, it will lead to transformation as well. So, you know, but you kind of have to allow that to happen and be prepared to let go of whatever it is that is ending for you, so that you can kind of have those new opportunities and those new beginnings to come in. So, you know, it's creating space for those new beginnings to happen, but first these endings have to happen to make that space for you. So kind of seems like there might be quite a lot going on for you this week, group 1, with the Death card here. And like I said, it can feel a bit challenging, but yeah, I would say with the King of Swords here, the kind of key thing for you is going to be to just really lead with your logic, with your wisdom, you know, kind of bringing together everything that you know, everything that you've learned, and you know, being really honest and truthful with this, you know, sword of truth here, like kind of cutting through any confusion and speaking your truth, like I said, with the blue here in the center of the Four of Wands as well. It's that's what's going to allow you to build these new foundations, and you know, like I said, the Four of Wands is about celebration. So whatever is ending, although it might be a bit difficult or challenging, or you might feel like you're not ready for that to end, it is going to allow you to build this new foundation, and you know, that's gonna give you opportunities for celebration. So, you know, it does overall look pretty positive, even if you find that, you know, it is kind of a bit difficult, a bit challenging, letting go of whatever it is that you need to let go of this week. But lead with your truth is the like advice that I see here for you. So just gonna grab you a wisdom of the oracle. It is so dark. I'm just gonna, let me see if I can put another light on. It was not this dark when I started reading, so 1 second. Oh, that's better. Okay. Like sitting here in the dark. It is daytime here, but it's just gone really kind of dark and stormy. So anyway, we're going to pull you Wisdom of the Oracle card, and now you can actually see your cards properly. That's much better. Okay, let's get some advice for you, Group 1, for this week. What does Group 1 need to know for this week, or what advice can we give to Group 1 here for their week ahead? Ooh. Just take me a little minute because these cards are kind of thick and my hands are quite small. One advice card, please, for group number 1. Okay, here we go. Interesting. We got building blocks. So hopefully you can see that's a little bit, these cards are a little bit shiny. But yeah, again, this very much ties in with your 4 of Wands card here. You know, this is talking about really establishing like a strong foundation and kind of like one step at a time, putting things in place to yeah, just build up that strong, stable foundation for whatever this is going to be for your future. And you know, this is number 20, you can't see it, it's number 28 here, so that breaks down to a 10 or a 1, which again, that's tying in with the Death card here, because that's about coming to the end of one cycle and getting ready to start a whole new cycle. So like I said, it's you know, definitely looking like this week some things might be coming to an end, you might be having to let go of some things, but this is definitely a very natural process. It's like this is meant to be happening so that, you know, it's kind of clearing the way for you to build a really strong foundation for your future and for future success and celebration and happiness. And you know, the kind of key for you, I think, is, like I said, leading with your knowledge, with your intellect, with your logic and wisdom, and just being really truthful and clear in your communication, and that's going to allow you to build this really strong, firm foundation for the future. So I hope that resonated for you, group 1. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do leave me a comment and like and subscribe if it did, because it really helps me and it helps my channel. Thank you for letting me read for you today, and I hope I see you again next time. Excuse me. Hi group 2, if you chose the Lunar Soul Tarot, this is going to be your reading for your message for the week ahead. So I'm just going to shuffle a little bit more and ask what message does group 2 need to hear for the week ahead. Ooh, I like this, starting off with the Magician card. First card out there. Ooh. And we'll have a jumper, okay, and the 5 of Cups leapt out of the deck there, so wanted to be seen. Oh, and we'll just get you one more card for your week ahead, group 2. One more card for the week ahead, please. Ooh. And the Ace of Discs, or Ace of Pentacles here as well. So just give me a minute to tune into this message for you. Okay, so starting off with the Magician here, this is all about taking control and you know, kind of being in your power, recognizing that you kind of have all of the tools that you need. I don't know if you can see here, but there are like pentacle, sword, cup, or wand. You know, there's like all the different elements represented here, which is kind of showing that you already have all of the knowledge, all of the skills, you know, everything that you need to kind of create whatever it is that you're wanting to create this week and for your future. And it's really about you kind of stepping up and like taking control, taking charge. You know, it's number 1 in the major arcana, so you know, it is about you kind of stepping into your power and, you know, not being afraid to just kind of take charge, basically, and take charge of your life, and you know, start making steps towards your goals, basically, with the Magician here. And you know, you do have, even if you don't realize it, you do have a lot of power and a lot of control in this situation. You might not be able to control everything that's happening, but you know, you do have control. You can make choices, you can take steps to kind of push yourself forwards and move yourself forwards and towards your goals, towards whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve. But it's like, you need to take those steps, and you need to make the decision to move forwards and to, you know, kind of step into your power, essentially. Use your magic to create whatever it is that you're wanting to create, basically. And with the 5 of Cups here as your second card, you know, this is really, I mean, hopefully you can see, I'll try and put her a bit, hopefully you can see, but she's you know, looking pretty sad, pretty forlorn, lying on the ground there. You know, this is a lot of sadness, a lot of regret, feeling kind of like missed opportunities with these like 3 spilled cups there. It's kind of thinking about things that have gone wrong, or things that you've lost, things that didn't work out. Maybe, you know, it could be, I'm kind of getting the feeling that maybe this is something that you know, and it can be anything. It can be like a job, it could be relationships, anything. But I kind of get the feeling it's almost like you've tried before, and you tried to kind of make it happen, or you tried to take charge and, you know, kind of like put yourself out there, and it maybe didn't end very well, or you ended up getting hurt, and, you know, it's put you in this like 5 of Cups energy where you're just feeling not that great, you know, just not feeling great. You know, I'm not laughing at you, but it's you know, it's a very sad, you know, just not feeling good. I mean, I kind of had a bit feeling like this yesterday, where something happened that, you know, and it wasn't even a surprise. I kind of knew that it might happen, but even when it did, you know, I felt kind of crappy about it, and you know, I wasn't feeling good. And you know, sometimes you just need to like feel those feelings, you know, and like let them out. But the positive side of this, because, you know, every tarot card has a lighter and a darker side. And even this one, you know, you've got the 2 cups sitting right behind you there that are not spilled, you know, because it's not the 3 of Cups, it's the 5 of Cups. So these 3 cups might have fallen over, and something might have gone wrong that, you know, was upsetting and made you feel sad, made you, you know, put you in this difficult energy. But there are still 2 cups standing. Like, there are still opportunities here. There is still like the possibility for success, but you just need to, you know, and like I said, sometimes you just need to feel those sad feelings and let them out. You know, it's not good to repress them, but it's like, okay, let yourself feel that, let yourself kind of feel down. Like, for example, if you had a job interview and you didn't get it, you know, sometimes you want to maybe take a day to feel a bit sad about it, because you feel like it would have been a good fit for you and you would have, you know, enjoyed it. But the 5 of Cups is saying, you know what, there is actually something way better, that's just like right around the corner, or it's, you know, it's almost like right behind you, but you just don't see it yet, but it is there. And this is, you know, again, going back to the Magician card, it's about when you're ready. You know, like I said, we need to feel these feelings sometimes and just kind of let that out. But then when you're ready, you know, you need to be stepping into this Magician energy I'm recognizing, like, you know what, okay, so yeah, I had a setback. Those 3 cups spilled over. It didn't work out how I wanted it to. But I am still in control of my life, and I still have, like I said, you have all the tools, you have all the skills, you have all the knowledge, you have everything. You just need to step into that power and, you know, kind of make your decision. Okay, what do I want to do now? How do I want to take control of this situation? You know, what opportunities actually are there for me to move forward? Because you do have, like I said, the two cups there, kind of almost behind you, like you don't quite see it at the moment. And you know, this is all leading to the Ace of Discs, or the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new opportunity. So whatever this is that didn't work out, you know, like I said, we all feel sad sometimes, we all feel regret. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But just know that once you kind of get over that feeling and step into this magician energy, you know, you're gonna find this brand new opportunity coming along. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Discs, it's, you know, abundance, it's wealth, it's growth, you know, it's all this potential. Like, look at these beautiful flowers here, all this potential for you to grow something completely new. You know, and it could be something very physical, it could be like a job offer, or, you know, and somebody asking you out on a date, or, you know, anything. But, you know, it's going to be something in the physical world, essentially, a very real opportunity, that's almost like right around the corner for you. And all you need to do to kind of attract this, or like bring this to you, is to step into this magician energy and kind of take control and realize that, you know, even though you've had some kind of a setback, there is a brand new opportunity here for you. And I like that, because I think it's pretty exciting and pretty, you know, like I said, you've got these beautiful flowers here. There's a lot of potential for growth and abundance here for you, if you decide that you want to kind of grab this opportunity and make the most of it, because it is an ace. So, you know, it's all about potential. It's all about kind of, it's like a seed that hasn't, you know, nothing has happened with it. It's a brand new beginning, a brand new opportunity for you. So it's really up to you to kind of take that and nurture it and kind of grow it into, you know, whatever it is that you kind of want to grow it into. Basically, it's about you. Again, it's about you taking control, and yeah, like putting in the effort to create whatever it is that you're wanting to create here. So you know, I feel kind of sad if you have had a setback. Like I said, something happened recently to me where I was kind of feeling like that, so I know how you feel, group 2. But, you know, we just have to, like I said, you feel those emotions, like let them out, and then, you know, recognize that you are in control and you have a lot of power. You can absolutely, you know, create these new opportunities for yourself, you know, like bring these new opportunities towards you. And yeah, it's not going to be what you thought it was going to be. With the 5 of Cups, it will be different, but you know what, it's probably going to be something even better that you just haven't, you know, you just haven't seen it yet. You just, you know, you don't, with the 5 of Cups, you don't see that it's there yet, but it will be, you know. So it's all about you stepping into your power here with the Magician. And I'm going to quickly grab you an advice card with the Wisdom. Why can't I get this? There we go. Wisdom of the Oracle deck for you. So let's get an advice card for group 2 for this week, please. What advice does group 2 most need this week? Oh my god, I find these cards so hard to shuffle. Well, because they're kind of big and my hands are tiny. Okay, so this one wanted to jump out, so I'm just gonna, so you have a change in the wind. So with this one, again, it's kind of like, it's almost like you having to readjust and kind of, you know, rethink whatever your plans might have been. Obviously something hasn't quite worked out how you thought it was going to, or maybe how you wanted it to. So but this isn't, you know, a bad thing. It's just about readjusting and kind of you know, yeah, readjusting, like learning to, you know, okay, accept whatever it is that didn't work out how I wanted it to, but yeah, I still have control in this situation, so I'm gonna readjust, and I'm gonna find a way to, you know, kind of almost go with the flow, and, you know, realize that there's no point trying to almost like force something that just isn't happening. Instead, if I can, you know, redirect myself and like redirect my energies to kind of go with this new direction, that's what's going to bring these brand new opportunities to you. So I hope that resonates for you, group 2. If it does, please like, comment and subscribe. And there's also details if you want to join the competition for this month. There's details down in the description box below. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again. Thanks, group 2. Hi, group 3. If you chose the Naked Heart Tarot, this is your reading. We're just going to do a quick shuffle and find out your message for the week ahead. What does group 3 most need to hear this week? Whoa. Okay, so this was like jumping out here. We have the 6 of Swords. What message does group 3 need to hear for there? Oh, and the Spirit or King of Cups here. And one more card for group 3, please. One more card for group 3 for their week ahead. Okay. And the 8 of Swords. Interesting. So just take a minute to tune into these. Okay, with the 6 of Swords here, this is really about kind of moving away from a difficult situation, moving on from, you know, like challenging or toxic situation that's just been, you know, causing you a lot of like unhappiness, causing you a lot of difficult emotions, and, you know, you're really kind of moving away from that into a much more peaceful, harmonious kind of energy. So especially with this being a swords card here, it can be, you know, this can be something that's really created a lot of anxiety and a lot of, you know, just kind of like negative thoughts and just worries that you've been dealing with, but, you know, this with the 6 of Swords here, this is saying that this week you're going to be moving away from that into a much more kind of harmonious, you know, with these like rainbow colors on the turtle here. It's like you're swimming out of those like turbulent waters to something that's going to be a lot more peaceful and harmonious, and you're not going to be kind of held back by these negative thoughts and you know, kind of dragging you down. Yeah, that's the main thing with the Six of Swords. And then you have the Spirit, or the King of Cups. So you know, the King of Cups is really in touch with his emotions and his intuition. You know, he knows how to kind of allow his emotions to guide him without sort of becoming overwhelmed by his emotions. So, and obviously you don't have to be a man, but this is just about being in this kind of strong masculine energy. So, you know, it could be that you, with the Six of Swords here, with this difficult situation, it could be that you've kind of allowed other people, or how other people feel and their like thoughts and opinions to not get the better of you, but it's almost like, you know, kind of taking those almost too much into account. And now it's like you're coming into this energy where it's like, you know what, I need to first of all take responsibility for myself and my own feelings, and you know, how I'm feeling, and you know what I think and what's important to me is just as important as, you know, the people around me. And you know, just because there's a lot of watery, well, I mean, these are actually air cards, but this with the towel here, it makes me think of water. So, you know, I'm picking up a lot of this emotional, watery energy, and sometimes, you know, when we go into that, it can be very easy to kind of start worrying about other people and their, you know, how they feel, and, you know, trying to kind of please everyone, which, you know, it's not a bad thing, obviously, to care about how the people around you are feeling, and you know, but we actually can't make other people happy. You need to, you know, we all need to do that for ourselves. So the most important thing that we can do is to kind of take responsibility for ourselves and our own emotions, and that's what you're doing here, you know. So I kind of feel like maybe, and it probably is because you've been kind of concerned about other people and trying to be there for other people and like understand their perspectives and understand how they're feeling. And like I said, none of that is bad, but it's just, if you don't kind of take responsibility for your own emotions first, and almost like be led by your own emotions, not to the point where you're being selfish, but you know, you can't just ignore how you're feeling, because you know, if you keep doing that, you're just going to end up making yourself miserable, basically. And then, you know, when we get to that point, you know, we're not able to help anyone, or you know, we're not able to have healthy and balanced relationships with the people around us, because we've like repressed our own emotions so much out of trying to consider other people and consider their feelings, that it actually just makes things very, very unbalanced. And you know, it's not a good thing, can lead to quite negative, you know, just feeling very kind of unhappy and almost like helpless and not knowing what to do. But you know, you're coming out of that kind of energy and you're coming into this King of Cups energy, where you're saying, you know what, you're recognizing I need to take responsibility for my own emotions and kind of listen to, you know, and it's, again, you can still consider other people, you can still think about other people's feelings and take that into consideration. It's not like, you know, the King of Cups is not like steamrolling over everyone else and just disregarding them, but it's just saying, no, I need to, you know, kind of show and be a leader through showing that I do understand my own emotions. I understand how to listen to them, how to voice them clearly, and, you know, it doesn't mean you're not like ruled by your emotions, but you just know how to allow what you're feeling to guide you, so that you can actually be happy, because it's great considering everyone else and thinking about everyone else's feelings, but you deserve to be happy too. So and sometimes we can kind of forget that when we get into that energy of like worrying about everyone else. So and your final card here is the Eight of Swords. So again, more sword energy, and again this is having a lot of thoughts with the swords here that can feel very like, you see the way that they're sort of all around this gorgeous rose here. It's like feeling imprisoned by these thoughts, these like negative beliefs, these limiting beliefs and ideas, that might have been holding you back, and that might have been happening for quite some time, and it can make us feel really quite stuck. But at the same time, because this is an 8, so it's like you do have the power to get yourself out of this like stuck energy, but it can be really difficult to see that when you're in it. But because you have the Six of Swords and the King of Cups here, it's almost like this is what you're moving away from, this difficult energy of feeling very stuck, feeling very negative, probably feeling a bit hopeless, not really being able to see a way out of your situation, and it can be painful, it can be really tough, so it's good to see with the Six of Swords here that you're going to be kind of moving on this week from that energy and into a much more like harmonious energy. And I do feel like with the King of Cups here in the middle, this is kind of like the key to your message, is that you just need to allow yourself to like express how you're feeling, and kind of trust that your feelings are just as important and valid as the people around you, and to allow yourself to be guided by that. And that's what's going to help you move away from this really difficult Eight of Swords energy into much more harmonious, and if people around you cannot understand that you have feelings too, then maybe they're not the best people to have around, which that sounds kind of flippant, and I'm not just obviously we don't want to lose people from our lives, and but you like I said before, you can't just repress how you're feeling all the time, because it does lead you to end up feeling like you're stuck in this Eight of Swords energy, where you just feel like you can't move and you can't see the way forwards. And that's because in any relationship we need to be able to express ourselves, and the other person needs to also be able to express themselves. And it doesn't mean we always have to agree with each other, but you need to be free and able to express how you're feeling. And if something's bothering you, you need to be able to say that and not feel like kind of like you're walking on eggshells, or having to minimize how you feel. But I feel like we started off with the Six of Swords. That is what you're doing essentially. You're kind of coming into this King of Cups energy and moving away from that more difficult, challenging energy. So it might feel a little bit challenging, but it's looking pretty hopeful and pretty positive for you, because you're doing that, because you're stepping into your King of Cups energy and kind of showing the people around you, like, this is how I need to be able to express myself too, and share my feelings too, and my feelings are also valid. And we also, the way that we behave and the way that we act and the behavior that we accept from other people, it really trains people. So that sounds weird, but what I mean is, if you allow people to just ignore your feelings all the time and just like disregard and kind of act like how they feel and their opinions are way more important, then, you know, they will just kind of expect that you will, you know, go along with that. Whereas if you have the strength to kind of stand in your power here with, you know, because it is a king energy, and kind of say, you know, in a loving way, but say, no, you know, I also have needs, I have feelings too, you know, and we need to be respectful of everyone in the relationship, not just like one side. Then it goes the other way. You'll actually find that people will be much more accommodating, because they, you know, of course we all realise that everybody has feelings, and, you know, but sometimes if you don't express that, people can just, you know, forget it. So excuse me, I'm going to pull a Wisdom of the Oracle card for you, see if we can get any final advice. But like I said, I do feel like you're really stepping into this king energy here, and you're going to be kind of showing the people around you, like, this is what I can, this is the kind of behavior that I'm willing to accept, and you know, this is what I'm not willing to accept, and I'm going to listen to my emotions, I'm going to allow them to guide me, and, you know, I'm going to move away from being stuck in this like negative, like limited kind of thinking, because, you know, it hasn't really been serving you. So let's just see if we can get, and yeah, here we have Yang, which is card number 1. So hopefully I'm correct in this. I'm pretty sure. I might just have to check in the book, but the Yang energy is the, you know, masculine energy. So again, it's like you're really stepping into this kind of leadership, this king like energy, and saying, you know, these are my boundaries, this is what is okay, like this is what feels okay to me, or what doesn't feel okay, and, you know, I kind of need you to respect that. And, you know, you, like I was saying, you'll probably find that when you do that, a lot of people will respect that, but you do need to be able to be the one to kind of express that and show people, you know, and that's what, you know, this is your advice here, to really step into that kind of strong, like masculine energy. Don't be afraid to express how you're feeling, and, you know, kind of let other people hear your perspective, you know, don't be afraid to kind of do that. And I'm just gonna, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, I'm pretty sure that's right, but let's just have a quick look in the book here to make sure I haven't told you something completely wrong. So yeah, it is number 1, the Yang energy, which is, yes, the masculine principle of movement, the power to make things happen, taking action. So yeah, it's, you know, manifesting thought and desire into concrete form, taking action, building momentum, proceeding confidently, you know, it's overcoming obstacles. And here, I love this, the last kind of line in this message here, it says, you are the shaper of your destiny now. So exactly, it's like you're stepping into this leadership role, you're taking charge, you know, you're kind of letting people know, this is what I want, this is what makes me happy, and, you know, it is gonna help you to move out of this really difficult, stuck kind of energy, and moving into a much more peaceful, much more harmonious kind of energy. So congratulations, group 3, because that can be really tough thing to do. Like I said, when we're stuck in this energy, you don't necessarily realize it, and it can be really hard to see a way out. But I do feel, you know, and your message here is saying that this is what you're doing this week. You're really stepping into your power and, you know, taking action so that you can move forward into a much more peaceful, harmonious place. So yeah, congratulations, group 3, and I hope that resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If it did, please leave me a comment down below, like and subscribe, and the details for the monthly competition for October are down in the description box too. Thank you for joining me, and I hope I'll see you next time.